What is going on, YouTube? Working on another custom today, and I'm really excited about this one, as this is my favorite Hot Wheels casting. Oh yeah, the Rodger Dodger. Check this thing out. One of the most iconic Hot Wheels of all time, right up there with the Bone Shaker and Twin Mill. I think when people think of Hot Wheels, this is probably one of the cars that comes to mind, as it's so unique and identifiable with that fully blown Hemi sticking out of the hood. I think it's really cool, and it was designed by Larry Wood and was released in 1974 in the Flying Colors series. Fully equipped with the red line wheels. Very cool car based on the 1973 Dodge Challenger. If you have one of these that is purple and has a white interior, you're definitely going to want to hold on to that, as it is worth about $3,000. It was a very limited release and is highly sought after by collectors. Also, if you have one of these but it's in blue, you're definitely going to want to hold on to that one, as again, a very sought after car for collectors, as it was very limited release, and again is worth about $3,000 to $5,000. Rodger Dodger is probably one of the more popular releases by Hot Wheels, as it seems just about every year it's getting a new design and being released. It has been retooled a couple times. The first retool came in 2000, as you can see here with this 2001 Treasure Hunt. It doesn't look like a whole lot has changed, and they stayed pretty consistent with the original tooling. There's not a whole lot of differences that you can really see here, and even the bottom is pretty similar. They retooled it again in 2015, as you can see here on this Camouflage series Rodger Dodger. They changed where the exhaust pipes were. Instead of coming straight out of the hood, they now come out underneath the car. I'm sure this was a cost-cutting move, as the engine, exhaust, and the interior are all one piece, as opposed to these older versions that the engine is actually its own piece and has a post that you have to drill out to remove from the car. They use these Rodger Dodgers in quite a few things, as recently they started releasing them in monster truck version. Very cool. There's a few different versions of the monster truck ones out there. I think they're pretty sweet, actually, and really dig them. They also made a Rodger Dodger 2.0. I'm not even gonna, that thing's garbage. Let's talk about this one. This was released in 1977 and was a mainline with a gold chrome and black wall wheels. Very cool. As you can see here, pretty beat up. I'm curious to see if I can actually save it. Don't know if that gold chrome will actually come off there or not, but we're going to try the best we can. So first things first, we got to drill out these posts. Alright, that should do it. Let's crack this thing open and see what we got. Base actually is looking okay. And the glass looks good. Interior looks good. A little dirty, but not too bad. I'm pretty happy with that. It is beat up as the casting was. I thought all this stuff would be beat up also, but it actually looks in pretty good shape. So, as I was talking about earlier, this is what holds that engine in there. It's a little bit loose, but all you got to do, it's just like drilling out the car. Just like that. Comes right out. Couple options for reinstalling that. You can drill it and put a screw, or you can probably use JB weld and work just fine. So there you have it. The car's all taken apart. let's go get the citrus strip on there and see how well it does with this paint in gold chrome. All right, looks like our citrus strip has done a pretty good job. Actually got all that gold chrome paint off there too, so looking pretty good. Go wash this up with some soap and water and get it ready to put some primer on there. After about an hour of going over this body with various sandpapers and files and everything else, I think I finally have it just about where I want it. I ended up sanding the door handles off. I don't need them for what I want to do with this car, and I think we're looking all right. For this one, I wanted to go with a gray color, so I started out with a white primer, and then I went over it with the Krylon Color Max Metallic Aluminum. Once the aluminum was on there, I went over it with a clear coat, and the clear kind of takes the shine off the aluminum, and you get this cool looking gray color, which is exactly what I wanted. The body is all painted up, so now it's time to get to work on this base. I unfortunately was playing around with trying to figure out how to get these back tires out, and ended up ejecting them, never to be found again. Kind of what you're going to see right here with these front wheels. Just like that. These older castings, the wheels are held in quite a bit differently than newer castings, and it can kind of be a pain in the butt getting these wheels out without breaking the posts that hold them in. So other than that, the base is in really good shape. I just need to clean it up a little bit here, and I think we'll be good to go. I plan on painting it, so we'll see how this turns out. With the base all painted up, let's take a look at this interior. It's actually in really good shape. Other than being dirty, I don't think it's going to take much more than some soap and water to get it where I want it. Let's take a look at this glass now. It's not in the best of shape. It's a little beat up. There's quite a few scratches that are fairly deep in it, so hopefully we can get that taken care of. There's also some paint or ink in the back window. Hopefully I can take out with this flitz. I've been really impressed with this stuff. I haven't been using it very long, but the times I have used it, it's done a fantastic job, and as you'll see here, it does a really good job getting that ink out of this window. A little bit will go a long way, and all I do is just put some on a Q-tip and start going over it, and as you can see, it did a great job getting all that ink off of there. There's a little bit left I got to play around with, but that'll come off pretty easily. And there we go. The flitz cleaned that glass up really nice. Really happy with the way it turned out, and normally after I use the flitz, I'll go over it with some soap and water, make sure all that gets off of there, and then dunk it into the glass coat gauzy agent. All right, I think it's finally time to get this Rodger Dodger all put back together. First though, I did a wheel swap, and I went with these Hot Wheels wheels. I really like these wheels. I've put them on a couple cars I've done recently, and I think they look really, really nice, especially on these older castings. I wanted to go with some real riders, but I couldn't find any that I liked. So if I find some I like in the future, or find some custom wheels that I like, I'll do a wheel swap, and I'll probably make a video about it. I also painted the base black, and I think it's going to go really well with the paint scheme I have planned here. So very cool. All I had to do for the interior is just go over it with some soap and water, and it cleaned up really nice. I didn't paint it or detail it, as you're not really going to see a whole lot of it in the car. And my windshield, check that out. Holy cow. I absolutely love gauzy agent and flitz. Very cool. Really digging it. There's still a couple little scratches in there that were a little bit deeper than I could get, but turned out really nice. I really like it. It'll probably look good sitting in the car. And lastly, check out this engine. Very cool. Found some decals that fit perfect on there, and definitely digging it. It is not out of the original Rodger Dodger I was working on. I have several Rodger Dodgers, and I thought this one would look good sitting in this one, so I pulled it out, and I think it's going to look freaking awesome. So a little work on the whole engine there, and I think we're all ready to get this back together. All right, I got this Rodger Dodger all put back together. Let's see how it all turned out. Oh man, check this out. Very cool. Rodger Dodger Hellcat. Oh man, I gotta say, of all the customs I've done, this is probably my favorite. I'm really happy with the way it turned out, and looks really, really cool. I think part of it is I'm a huge Rodger Dodger fan to begin with, and I've wanted to do one of these for a long time, and just very happy with the way it came out. Here's what we started out with. A Rodger Dodger that was released in 1977 and was in pretty rough shape. And here's what we have now. A Hellcat Rodger Dodger. Looking pretty good for being a 43-year-old Hot Wheel. I picked these decals up off of eBay. The seller is OMA, O-M-A, _MN. Decals went on very well, and I was really happy with the way they turned out. In 2015, Dodge unleashed the Hellcat on the world, and it is awesome. Although the emblem for the Hellcat is a snarling cat, the Hellcat name is actually based off the Grumman F-6F Hellcat fighter plane that was used by the Americans in World War II. The Dodge Challenger SRT Hellcat is a high-performance variant of the Challenger, equipped with a supercharged 6.2-liter Hemi engine rated at 707 horsepower with 650 foot-pounds of torque. The SRT Hellcat is equipped with 2 separate key fobs. Use of the black key fob limits engine output to a mere 500 horsepower, while the red key fob enables full capability of the 707 horsepower Hellcat engine. The Hellcat has a quarter-mile time of 10.85 seconds, which was achieved on street-legal drag tires. On stock tires, the Hellcat was able to achieve a 11.2-second quarter-mile time at 125 miles per hour. Not bad for a car straight out of the factory. It can go to 0 to 60 in 3.6 seconds and has a max speed of 199 miles per hour. Very, very cool. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and we will see you on the next one.